ready to use these, brothers?
I am ready.
Then let's do this.
What's going on, YouTubers? This is Ally 187. I'm really happy today to bring you a little bit of Brink gameplay. Absolutely love this game. The new SMART system, which stands for smooth movement across random terrain, is near flawless. A lot of times I find myself sliding under doors or pipes, jumping over AC vents and tables, anything you can think of. Any action that you want to perform, you can do, and you can also shoot at an enemy while performing that action. So like I said, it's near flawless. Right now I'm using a assault rifle and I just switched to an SMG, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about real quick, is how it's easy to switch weapons. It does it very quickly. And you don't have to use a pistol as your secondary. You can actually use an SMG or a shotgun as your secondary, which is really fun from my perspective. Brink gameplay is very fast paced. A lot of times I find myself getting in firefights with 5 to 6 people. So I mean it's really engaging. You're never going to get bored while playing it. And it's another thing I really wanted to stress is that it's really team based. It's not the kind of game where you can throw in and you're online and you're in a match and just run around and kill people. If you're that type of player, you're either not gonna do good or your team is going to lose. And I guarantee you, if you're just going to run around and kill people and not try to do any objectives, your team will lose 100% of the time, just because it's a very team-based game. It doesn't even, at the end of the match, it doesn't even show you your kill-death ratio or how many kills you got. It will show the player that got the most kills. However, it will not show you how many kills that player got. So it's really based on, everything is based on XP. And speaking of XP, I'm actually playing an offline match right now. It's really hard to tell the difference between online and offline because it's virtually the same thing. There is no match types like team deathmatch or free for all and things like that. It's always you're playing a campaign mission, and it's drop in and out. It's kind of like Borderlands in that sense, where anyone can join your match if that's the way you've got your match set up. Anyone can join, or you can set it up to where just friends can join, and they can drop in and out as they please, and it will not affect the game whatsoever. It's always just going to keep flowing and keep going. One thing that I really do like about it, and I want to stress, is that when you get downed, like just now I just got downed, when you take too much fire, you get downed, and your teammate, if you have a medic on your team, which you always should, they can come and actually toss you a syringe to revive you, and you would have to revive when they toss it to you, you have to click and hold the left stick, which is L3 in the PlayStation's case, and you'll revive yourself. You can either be revived by a medic, or if there's no medic en route, you can choose to just revive at your spawn point. And speaking of spawn points, there is no spawn camping in this game. You can't go into the enemy spawn and just randomly wait for them to spawn and then kill them. Reason being is because there's turrets on your spawn and on the enemy spawn that if I was to go into the enemy spawn, there's multiple turrets that would take me out. So that's another thing that I really like. I'm not going to mention the game that I'm talking about, but I'm sure everyone knows what I mean when I say there is a game out there that has a lot of spawn campers on it, and I absolutely love that game. However, it does get frustrating. So again, it's just a really great game. Everything about it is totally just awesome in my opinion. I like the fire rate on the guns. I like the damage. They're not overpowered. There really is no overpowering gun. You're not going to find a UMP 45 in this game that just obliterates everything in its path. everything is totally leveled, if you know what I mean. See right there, my medic tossed me a syringe, and I was able to revive myself. And what I'm doing right now is the enemy team is trying to get this repair bot over through this barricade that my team has built. And what they're trying to do is blow up this barricade and actually get by it. And I've chosen the objective to keep them away from it. So me and my teammates are trying to push them back as far as we can so they will not be able to get in. Now the matches can be very quick, lasting only 5 to 6 minutes, or they can be very long, lasting, anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, depending on how good both teams are. And what I mean by that is right now the timer is 5 minutes. The enemy team has 5 minutes to blow up that barricade and get through there. If they do not get through the barricade, the match will be over. If they do get through the barricade, the time will reset either at like 5 minutes or 10 minutes for them to complete the next objective. And every time they complete an objective, or you complete an objective, you'll get more time to do the next objective, which is really nice, because sometimes we all know we get into a game of capture the flag and we just unfortunately happen to be on a team that is just terrible, and our flag gets captured 3 times, and then the game's over within 3 minutes, and it gets really frustrating. In Brink, it takes a lot longer excuse me, it takes a lot longer for them to do things like that. And that's what I mean by it's just really fun, and it's really engaging, and I haven't found anything that I really didn't like about the game. I mean, like I said, the smart system is almost flawless. The classes are excellent. Right now I'm using the engineer class, and every class has its own abilities, and the engineer can do things like, if one of my mission objectives is to repair anything, like one of the objectives on this mission is to repair a crane, which will put up a barricade, and the engineer is the only one that can do that. Now, the engineer can also do things like plant turrets, build MG placements, and place landmines on the ground and things like that. And the medic is self-explanatory. I mean, he basically heals the team and keeps everybody up and running. Then you got the operative that does things like sneak behind enemy lines. He can actually disguise himself as the enemy. He can hack if there's an objective where a computer or a terminal needs to be hacked. He's the guy that's going to be in there behind the enemy lines doing that sort of thing. The classes can be changed at any time. You just run up to a command post, the nearest command post to you, and you can switch classes, you can change your weapons, you can do just about anything mid-game, so you don't have to wait until you die and respawn to change your weapon. You can do it totally mid-game, which is another thing that I absolutely love. Like I said, I'm actually playing offline right now, but there's really no difference. All the maps, offline and online, are going to be totally the same. What I'm playing right now, if it was online, you would not be able to tell any difference. And even when you're playing offline, the enemy AI is really engaging. They do a lot of things that online players, live players would do. And they're pretty smart in that sense, as they're not just, mindless dummies running around. They're actually pretty good. They heal their teammates very quickly. If you start, shooting at a group of them, all of them will turn around and start firing at you. So it's really good to use cover and use the smart system to keep your battle tactics up and make sure that you do your job, do your objectives. And like I said, you can change classes at any time. I just prefer to use the engineer class. That's just what I like to do. The soldier class is another one that I like to use. With the soldier class, you will never run out of ammo. You can actually use your own abilities either on your teammates or on yourself. Now, as an engineer, I can buff a teammate's weapon to make his damage go up. and essentially making his gun more powerful. And I can also make my own gun more powerful. Now, if I'm a soldier, what I mean when I say you never run out of ammo is I can continuously keep giving my teammates more ammo whenever they're low or they say they're low, and I can do the same thing to myself. If I'm out of ammo, I can replenish my own ammo, which is a really good thing to have, because in Brink you're going to need a lot of ammo, as there is a lot of enemies in every direction. Every time you turn around, you're going to be shooting. It's not like you're going to run around the map and not see anybody for 5 minutes. You're going to be seeing multiple enemies at all times, which keeps it really interesting. And it's one of the best things about the game, I would say, is the action. It's full of action. And right now you can see they blew past the wall. They got the repair bot in here, and now I'm trying to keep them away from it, because if they get near it, it will start moving forward and they have to escort it to the objective. Well, what I'm trying to do is keep them pushed back, so they, I don't want them anywhere near it. If I turn around to the left here and actually shoot the repair bot, it will take damage, and if it takes enough damage, an enemy engineer would have to come over and repair it before it could move again, which keeps it really interesting. There's always something different going on. You can get into a match and completely blow past all the enemies and get to your objective very quickly, or you can have multiple problems running through and not be able to, repair the bot if it gets down, or, things like that. So, like I said, it keeps it very, very interesting. The maps are pretty good in size. There's a lot of places that you can flank an enemy, and there's a lot of places that they can actually flank you. Now, mid-game, if you hit up on the directional pad, it'll show you all the objectives that you currently could do. There's a lot of side objectives that'll be highlighted in blue, and the main objective will be at the very top of the objective wheel, is what it's called. It'll be highlighted in yellow, and that'll be the main objective, is the thing that's going to help you win the mission. So there's always something that you could do. To the right of where I'm at right now, there's actually a security door that the enemy team could come over, an enemy operative could come over and hack that door, and it would open up, gaining them access to our right flank. So what I'm kind of doing now is keeping them away from both the repair bot and the security door, because I don't want them to get in there and flank it. But if they were to hack it and flank it open, all we would have to do is get a teammate operative to go over there and shut the door, close the door back up. So there's a lot of different things that can be done with Brink. Now I want to talk a little bit about character customization. Here's one of my characters now, and you can actually create up to 10 characters. You can do things like change his face gear or his hair, or this guy's got glasses on him right here, just little things here and there. They could have went a little more in depth with it, but as good as the game is, I'm predicting a sequel here in the near future, and I imagine that they would add multiple more levels of customization. Now you can change your character from medium build to heavy build to light build, and what that's going to do is the medium is the standard, and that's what I use. The heavy build guy can carry heavy machine guns and Gatling guns and stuff like that, and the light guy moves the fastest. He can do all the jumping and running around a little bit faster than the medium build guy. Now here's some of the guns. This is an assault rifle that I typically use. You can put different scopes on it, or iron sights, upgraded iron sights, red dot sights, and they got multiple red dot sights. I mean, I think there's 3 of them for that gun there. You can put silencers on your weapon. You can put muzzle brakes, which reduce the flash of the weapon and overall makes it a lot more stable when you're firing the weapon. You can put under barrel so-called noob tubes, grips, things like that. You can change it to a high capacity magazine, a duct tape magazine, or just throw an AR drum on it if you want to go all out and have a heavy assault rifle. So I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do with the guns. And another cool thing is I'm only level 15 right now, and I've got all the guns unlocked with all the attachments. So it's not like you have to grind so much to get all of that stuff. But pretty much, man, that's it. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And guys, get out there and get Brink. It's a great game. Thanks.